Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back for another slime video. And today we're going to be talking about and showing a few runs of the Perfect Replicas Damage Dealer ranking event. Now, this event is a bit weird because it acts like a Jubilee where you're competing against everybody and you have a score and you have ranks, but realistically, you're not really competing against anything. This is what some people would consider a raid because it's taking the overall score of every single run that anybody does and finishes and adds it together for a final reward. So you can see that, yes, I'm rank 4, that's cool and everything, but the rewards are anniversary medals. And you get 30 anniversary medals up until you hit top 10%, which is very easy to get. And it's only anniversary medals. So this is like a no-stakes kind of event that lets you just attempt to do as much damage as possible with whatever team you have access to, whether it be the Freerun Collab team, the Divine General team, the Octagram Demon Lord or Antagonist or Festive Memories team. Like, it really has no restrictions in its team building. There are no orb nerfs, there are no damage nerfs. The Freerun is type neutral, or the copy of Freerun is type neutral. So no one gets an extra damage buff by bringing, a certain team. It is literally just do as much damage as you can and contribute to the score, which, if you check the news, we are already contributing to. So we've done 2 billion total damage between everybody in the world, and you can see they want us to do 4 billion to get these rewards. And then once we hit that, there'll be another page that'll be added on for extra rewards. But we do need to clear the event. And by doing this, again, with whatever team you want to bring, it doesn't really matter. You will contribute to that, and every single person will get free stuff. So, again, you don't have to use any one team. Like, I'm going to show you the Divine General team because it is the top scoring team. But don't feel bad if you don't have that. Use the Freerun team. Use whatever other support characters you have. You don't have to follow my team builds exactly. Just please do the event so everybody can get rewards. You doing really well and being rank 5 or rank 1 literally means nothing here. So build a team, have fun, try out some new team builds, right? If you're unsure of, what X unit is going to do on a specific team, go in here. It costs tickets. You get 100 tickets pretty much for free for doing the normal battles. And they give you 50 right here, and they're very low EP, so you can kill them in like 4 or 5 hits, if that. And then you just take these tickets and you do boss battle. And if you don't want to do 85 runs, which I don't think anybody's going to do 85 runs, then you don't have to. But, at least do them once for the rewards and contribute to the overall ranking. So, let's jump into the Divine General run. It's the high score run. But, again, remember, you don't have to use that team. Just use any team that you have. 6 turn limit, do whatever damage you can, and get out. Alright, so the full Divine General team is what we are using to get our high score. Almizia, the hero, Diablo, Gazel, Raphael, Blanc. Weakness strike stacks with our alts do not mean anything, because the copy Freerun is type neutral, so the extra stacks from Blanc's alt swap don't mean anything. You're just trying to stack using Raphael's synergy and ult. You're trying to get skill points and orb changes and full hands of greens with Gazel, and then you want to use the big time buff, big time buff, big time buff, big time buff. Don't use Gazel's buff because it's pretty much worthless. But you want to be able to use all 4 of the major buffs from this team and whatever stacks from Roth that you can. Which you do have to follow a kind of strict process to do, which we will talk about. But turn 1, guaranteed 6-handed greens, which works perfectly because Diablo's green buff costs literally nothing. It costs 0 points. And you can get a lot of points and a lot of gauge off this natural 6 green. And it's just RNG, as the Divine General team is, for your single orb changer from Gazel. But let's stack with Raphael. Technically, we could stack again. Yep, there you go. 2 stacks, because we have 30 points and we don't have to do anything here. So that's already 20% ult and 20% synergy power that we've got locked in. And then it's literally just orb change, stack. That's a good hand right there. We only have to convert twice. So we can use Diablo's 20-point skill, or we could send someone away, like it doesn't matter. But the primary thing is to get stacks with Raphael. and at least 2 EX alts with both Raphael and well, of EX ult each for Raphael and Blanc. Since Diablo and the hero have terrible ult multipliers because they're support ults, they're not that important. Gazel does more damage on his ult than those two units because he's single target and he has a 490% multiplier. So if you want to nuke with him on the nuke turn, you certainly can. But here we go. Full orb change, more stacks of Raphael, and you do this for 6 turns. Except when you get to turn 5. Then you got to do a little bit of shuffling. But here, I mean, we've got a pretty good run right here. We only need to change 1 orb. But then, yeah, so orb change once. I mean, we could do it now, we could do it later, we could reset with him now. Looks like we're going to reset. We do want to bring Diablo in to use his green buff still, because we want the extra stuff. And we also need to use more stacks of Raphael, which we're going to get, you know, a decent amount of stacks here. So we'll bring Diablo in, 20 points, okay, fine. But now we can use Raphael again, and again, and again, and again. And this is why this team takes literally forever to do anything, because you have to activate the skills individually one by one by one. Alright, but we're moving forward. We're getting close to EX ults for our 2 primary nukers. Well, one already has it, and then the other one is about to get it once this turn is over. But another 1 ult swap turn. We do have a Diablo ult that's going to get swapped out, and that's going to bring in another blue orb, so we have to convert twice. But let's use the green skill. Boom. And then we'll send him away for Gazel. Boom. And then we'll use his orb change. 1. And then we can reset again. After we use a stack of Raphael. Fine, whatever. However you want to do this, but reset. And then we'll use another orb change and more stacks of Raphael. And this is how we're getting our high scores with this team. But again, like, maybe you don't have the new masked hero. Okay, bring the old space masked hero. Still has the rewind, has a crit buff. Excuse me, hold on. No, sorry, had to sneeze. But sending 6 greens here. Substitute units if you have to, right? Bring the old masked hero. Bring Visions of Coleus Violet. Bring someone else to give you extra ult damage. So, you know, Autogram Lumi or something. But here, on the 5th turn, we are going to rewind here. So, not a great turn because we have no green orbs, but now we have 2 guaranteed because we ult swapped. And now we're going to send Raphael and Blanc to the back. But first we're going to use the Raphael 90-point skill, because we need to hold on to it, because we only have enough points to do so many things, because we're only 6 turns into the fight instead of 8. So we do need to hold on to one of the buffs at minimum. But now we're going to rewind with the masked hero, and then we're going to orb change and reset, and then orb change again. And then here, boom, okay, green buff, orb change once. Now, technically here, I should have used one of the other big-time buffs, like Pierce or the Synergy buff. That way we could have held 2 in the back, but we didn't, so misplay there. Random 2% crit for Diablo's ult, that's cool, right? But now the rewind kicks in, and now you're looking for some RNG where you don't have to orb change very much, but unfortunately we have to do it 4 friggin' times. So 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and that leaves us no points to use any other buff, which is, you know, not optimum for a sweaty run, but it's perfectly fine for 99% of the rest of the players. So here, now it kicks over to the final turn. We've held the Dark and Space Attack buff with Blanc and Raphael in the back. We have 350 points, we have 2 resets. So now what we do is we simply use Diablo and the hero's buffs, boom, boom, and then we send them away. So we're going to nuke with Gazel, because again, his ult is a lot stronger than the hero and Diablo's, because they're 1, AoE, and 2, support ults, so they have terrible multipliers. But 1, 2, boom, boom, and then we'll simply send them out. And then we can, I guess, reset here for funsies. That way we can get Diablo's green buff going. Boom. Alright, cool. And then we'll bring in Raphael for Diablo, I guess. Alright, cool. And then we'll bring in Blanc for the hero. Okay, cool. And then we will use the Blanc 90-point skill and orb change a couple more times after we reset. And now whatever points left over after that final orb change, we'll just use for Raphael stacks. So boom, boom. Okay, cool. And then we've got how many points left over? 50, so we can do it one more time. So there we go. Here's the run. We have 16 stacks, which is not the most you can get, but it's still a decent amount. And then Gazel does 1.4 million. Raphael does 8.1. 120 Blanc does 9.6, and then the final orbs put us over 200 or 20 million damage. So that is the team you're going to run if you want the max score. But again, if you need to make substitutions, have at it. There are no restrictions, but that is like my higher scoring team, and that's, I believe, what the Sweats are using. But again, you're not particularly locked into this team. You can use others, like the Freerun collab that's currently going on right now. So assuming that you're playing this game for the Freerun collab, Himmel, Stark, Freerun, Raphael, maybe you have her, maybe you don't. She's actually not really good for this fight because her weakness strikes and weakness resistance stacks don't mean anything. So you're actually better off bringing some other character. Octogram, Lumi, and Violet, like if you have them, great. If you don't, use some other. You could bring Divine General, Diablo, and the hero if you have him, or the old masked hero, or Water Rain, or Water Wielder of Magic Shinsha, or a number of other characters you can use to nuke with this team. And no, it's not going to do 20 million damage. But again, nobody really cares what kind of score you get, because it's not really competing against other people. It's playing together to get a high score, so everybody gets rewarded at the end. So individual team effort, not really necessary here. But if this is the team you have because you started during the Freerun collab, then it's obviously the team that you have to use. So, I mean, if you don't have Violet, and you've only summoned on the banners, like maybe you have... who else is featured right now? I don't even remember. Commander Shizu. Like, she's got EX ult damage buff. That'll work. Hinata, she's featured on the Raphael banner. She doesn't really work that well. Adventurer Shizu, I guess, technically works. Summer Shizu doesn't work because her weakness strike doesn't matter here because we're type neutral. So, if you have other characters that can support Freerun, great. Use them. You don't have to use Lumi and Raphael and Violet. Just do what you can. And even if you don't have anybody, then just bring some other random characters and just nuke with Freerun and call it a day. As long as you contribute to the score, that's really all I care about. And it's really all you should care about, because you're not going to get a high score compared to the Divine General team, which you can't summon for right now. But as long as you participate, you will have contributed. And I don't think it matters if you do or do not contribute or participate in the fight. Everyone's going to get the rewards regardless, but at least it's something to do, right? And like I said earlier, this is a fine event for you to test new team builds, because it doesn't cost stamina. There are no restrictions to what buffs or what orbs you can run. And it allows you to test units that on teams that you wouldn't normally be able to do. So if you want to try and bring Exalted Champion Guy on the Visions of Coleus team, or if you want to bring Commander Hinata on the Tempest Elite team, like all these weird team unit mashups that you've never really been able to do because there's always an event that nerfs something about their kits, like this is a good time to do that, because there are no nerfs to your units here. You could use greens or oranges or blues. You can use crit in Pierce and Synergy or physical or magic. Like, it really doesn't matter. So use this stage more as an opportunity to team build and figure out what kind of team you can run for other stages in the game, or, figure out what units do and don't work together. This is a great stage to do that more than anything. This is like the training event that some people have been asking for. And now we have one turn left, and we have an EX ult for both Raphael and Freerun. We've got the Unleash Magic state because we used it early, because again, remember, you gotta let it burn off for 3 turns before it actually takes effect. And then we'll use our final stack of Lumi, and we'll get double stack of Himmel right here. But, 2 teams, the highest scoring team, and then the team that probably everyone has right now. You could use Overlord. You could nuke with Ainz. You could use Commander, Primal Demon, Visions of Coleus. You could do a burst team and nuke on turn 5, and then turn 6 is just a gimme or something like that. But you could literally use any team. And all you care about and all I care about is making sure that we hit those milestone rewards for the overall total scores. Because as long as we do that, everybody's happy. So, whatever team you have access to, try it out. And then, let me know how that team does in the comments below. But that's it from me. Take it easy, and I'll see you all later.